Good morning. Good morning. I am trying to get in, but for some reason, my phone is not allowing me to go anywhere. This is strange. It just keeps going. My phone, the computer. This is something. I've got to go out and come back again. Let's see. It's just blank. Isn't that strange? It says Clubhouse, but then there's nothing there. Uh, Absolutely nothing. Go out and I'll try it again. And it's looking like we're going to be just here on YouTube. No worries. We're here and can hear. Well, that's what it's going to be. I'm going to tell them to go forward, via text. But yeah, um, I'm in on YouTube. Yeah, go forward. Still, just one more minute. I'm going to be able to type and talk and do something different. Two or three or four things at the same time. Not today though. Um, Able. Hmm. Okay. All right. Well, this is what we're going to do. Good morning. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for your patience. Um, you've exhibited. You have shown that you have more patience than some doctors. A doctor with no patience is unemployed. Now, I know you. I know that was a good one. Um, but this is um, just another opportunity for us to move forward in the things of God, to show the ways of God, uh, to express. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To express the purpose of God in our daily activities. Is how we respond to life when everything is going great. It isn't a big deal. It's easy to worship when everything is going great, when you got more than enough of everything, when your belly's full with food, and you got to go shopping, and it's everything is it's cool. But when you're hungry and your relationships are strained, and you have no money, can you worship the Lord then? When there's sickness in your body, pain in your feet, can you stand? Can you worship the Lord then? When maybe it's not your body, but it's the body of a loved one that's physically challenged. Health is off. They're struggling to breathe, or there's pain in the body of your child. Can you worship the Lord then? So it's not as much as what we can do or how we treat God, how we embrace Him, how we approach when things are going well according to our will. See, love says that I'm consistent. So the one thing in our lives that that's got to be consistent, whether things are going your way or not, is your love. It's your love. Doesn't mean that people don't get on your nerves. Jesus was frustrated with his disciples. I mean, he even said to them, we like to quote, "Oh, ye of little faith, wherefore did thou doubt?" He didn't say it that way. Listen, I know you only have a little faith, but what's up, man? Why are you tripping? And then at one point he said, "How long do I have to suffer with you before you finally get this? Like, just do the things that you see me do. Model the behavior that I have presented to you." Okay. I said that we was going to pick up where we left off yesterday. Um, we were talking about 5 things to ensure uh, growth according to 3 John 2. There's 5 things that we're looking at. Beloved, I would above all things that you prosper. I wish above all things that you prosper, and that you're in good health, even as your soul prospers. So the first day, we looked at and said that the first key, the first step, is to commit to soul work, and that's take a mental break. Um, Work on your emotional health, your spiritual development, and we looked at it's the, I guess that would be the C, but the end of that verse, 3 John 2. Beloved, I would above all things that you prosper, be in good health, even as your soul prospers. So, as your soul prospers, that's committed to soul work, because I need my soul to prosper. And then the next day, we looked at develop healthy stewardship habits over resources. So, and it says that you may prosper. Beloved, I would above all things that you may prosper. So we have to, that's talking about our finances. So that's saying that we need to develop healthy stewardship habits over our resources, budget, tithe, sow with intentionality. We talked about that, about giving and being generous, and then we'll be able to track our giving. One of the things that I did not say yesterday, I just thought about now when I was looking at this list, is I remember growing up at the Friendship Baptist Church, Missionary Baptist Church, 3779 Ninth Avenue. And we would sing the song during the first offering. I think they call that the missionary offering, or whatever the first offering was. We would sing the song, "You Can't Beat God Given, no matter how you try. The more you give, the more He gives to you. Just keep on giving. You see, it's really true that you can't beat God given, no matter how hard you try." And I decided the benevolent offering. Thank you. What did I call it? The missionary, but the benevolent offering. And I guess they sang that song at more than just Friendship, huh? And and I remember saying, "I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try." So I had this list. I got this notebook, and I said, I'm not gonna just tithe. I start knocking on people's doors and asking, "Can I rake your leaves, and can I cut your grass?" I carried my the lawnmower, a rake, and a broom. A lawnmower, rake, gas can, and a broom. That's all I had. and people let me cut the grass, cut the front yard for the front and backyard for $5. That was a lot of money back in the early 70s, like 72. Yeah, 72, 73. But I would take that money and I put it on the list. This is how much I made this week. If I made $20, I put that on my side. This is what I gave to God, and I put it in the offering, all of it. $20 was a lot of money to a child back then. It's still a lot of money today, but I start finding money. I would find money, whatever I gave, I would find more money on my way to school or on my way to home from school or while at school. I'm finding money. I went from picking up quarters to picking up dollars. I'm like, where is this coming from? And I put that on God's side of this ledger. And how about that? He would beat me by a dollar, or even if it was a penny, he would beat me. So I'd do it again. I kept going at this for so long and that's when he started manifesting things in me that there was no way I could measure it. That was when he told me to go up to the piano, sit down and play it. That happened at Friendship. This was after it was prophesied one Sunday morning that I would play the piano and preach. I forgot about everything. And then when the Lord told me to go up, sit down at the piano and play it, the choir was singing with no musician this Sunday because Elder Eden was preaching someplace else. And he told me three times. The third time it was go to the piano, sit down and play it. And I'm walking toward the piano, but saying, no, I don't know how to do that. I'm going to make a fool of myself. People are watching. I sit down at the piano and I played the song that the choir was singing. And I'm just as shocked as everybody else. That went down on God's side. You can't beat him giving no matter how hard you try. Things will start turning around for you when you start giving, being generous. Yeah. Okay. So develop healthy stewardship habits over resources. And number 3 today, just briefly, honor your temple through consistent wellness and be in health. And be in health. Beloved, I would above all that you prosper. That's your finances, stewardship, and be in health. That's your physical body. And we already looked at day 1, even as your soul prospers, because these two are going to be connected to the prosperity of your soul. You got to think and grow rich. You got to think. This is intentional. You will never reap the benefits of a stock that exploded if you don't invest. It's got to be intentional. It's got to be intentional. What you do has got to be intentional. So we honor your temple through consistent wellness. I mean, how often do you eat out of dirty plates? Do you just, I know that it makes a big difference. Have you ever gone to bed and you got dirty dishes in the sink? I mean, it's not tore up, but you just to have a plate or cups or some silverware, you have dirty dishes in the sink, and then you come downstairs or you go into the kitchen in the morning and you see the dirty dishes, you get some sort of an attitude. Didn't take out the trash, the floor wasn't swept, or mopped or any of that stuff. So the kitchen's not clean. Yeah, I mean, it feels one way, but when you come downstairs after or walk into the kitchen and everything's clean, there's nothing in the sink, the floor is swept, and the trash is out, and stuff is wiped down, put away. It makes you feel much better. It's hard to work in a dirty kitchen. It makes I can just Jesus said in John, John's gospel, John recorded, it says that Jesus said, I talk what I know and testify to what I've seen. So I'm getting ready to talk what I know, and I'm telling on me and my spouse. As for me and my house, no, it's for me and my spouse, um, my wife. I know that when things are out of order, it makes her uncomfortable. And I know that she's not going to be able to, if she comes in the house and the kitchen isn't clean, first thing Donna's going to do is clean the kitchen. I could be at home, so if I didn't clean, I know I've shared this before, but if I didn't clean the kitchen, then she's not going to come in complaining about how come the kitchen isn't clean. Why didn't you wash these dishes? Why isn't this done? She hasn't said anything to me. Maybe she said it to herself, but she never said it to me. And if food's not ready, then she's going to start cooking. She'll come in, kick off her shoes and take off her jacket, put her stuff down, wash her hands, go into the kitchen and clean the kitchen because she's not going to be able to prepare. It just makes her uncomfortable. She's going to put everything in order because she's welcomed into the house. She comes into the house and she goes right to work. Well, folks, that's what the Holy Spirit does. See, we used to hear that he's not going to use an unclean temple. Well, guess who's going to clean the temple? He's going to do that. He's going to come in and start putting things in order, and then he's going to prepare the purpose. He's going to prepare us for purpose, on purpose, and work through us. So when it comes to our bodies, we have to be intentional about being in good health. We got to eat right. We got to start this year by, staying away from the processed sugar for as much as possible. I understand that there's some things that you eat and you didn't know that it had processed sugar. You didn't know. Somebody told you that it was one thing, but it was another. I've had meat in the past year. It was not intentional. I was told that it had no meat. I was assured that it had no meat, and the person knew all along that it had meat. Those beans had meat in them, and I tasted something, and and maybe it was a mental thing, but it made me sick. I had stomach cramps and all the other stuff because they didn't think that it really mattered. Doesn't matter that you don't eat meat. Doesn't matter that you stay away from dairy products as much as possible. Yeah, but we have to prioritize. Me. I have to prioritize rest. I've been getting that. I gotta make sure that I'm hydrated. This is me. Okay, these are conversations that I've actually had with myself. I've got to do that. I've got to make sure that my diet or what I'm consuming, what I'm putting in the body, it supports long term health, vitality. I've got to do that. Incorporate movement. So we have, oh, and I didn't put it on, but we have step counters, on our watch, and my wife and I have this. It's a competition. Um, yeah, where it's on the smart watches, where she can see how many steps I've taken, or if I finish doing some exercise. And so I'm left-handed. I'll put that watch on my left hand, and when I'm getting ready to sweep the floor and mop the floor, so it's getting a lot of movement. It's counting my steps. I'm going upstairs, downstairs for this. I'm going to check the mail. It's counting my steps. If I'm going to play golf, it's going to count my steps. So I've got to be intentional about movement. Got to walk. Got to stretch. Got to exercise, and I got to do it every day as a gift, not a punishment to my body. I've got to commit to a regular, health checkups and be proactive, not reactive. I've got to do some things intentionally. You get to be a certain age. For men, you got to have your colon and prostate examinations. Women have to have mammograms and there's another one. It just slipped me, but slipped my mind. But they've got to have their stuff checked as well. Their bodies. You've got you've got to be intentional about it. You got to get it checked out. If something's not right, then you need to be proactive about it. It doesn't make any sense for us to you know the body is set to flush toxins and poisons out, but if you're smoking, you're killing yourself. Smokers, you are committing, well, I would say suicide, but it's death by suicide. You're killing yourself slowly. And get this, not only are you killing yourself, but you're damaging the lungs and and robbing the people you love of a healthy life. If you're drinking, um, you're killing yourself. Your liver can only flush so many of the poisons, the toxins out of your body. And after a while, it's going to say, "You never cared about me. I'm going to just stop working." And you're going to die. I drink like a fish. That's not a beautiful thing. It's horrible what you're doing to your body. We have to so we got to do better. Honor your temple through consistent wellness. So we have to eat right, we have to rest right, we have to drink right, drink the right thing, water, good quality H2O. Yeah, we got to drink right. Stay away from the sugary drinks and even this was my thing. The Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings. Yeah, you're gonna sprout some wings and fly home to be with the Lord. You keep drinking that stuff. The Monster drinks, those energy drinks. And I have been guilty. I have been guilty as charged. The Monster drink. I really stopped that one. The Monster drink. They used to look like an M to me, but I see that I learned that it was something else. It was evolve. And when I took the Hebrew, then I said, "Oh, this is the number six, and it means nail or hook or connection." So, and then the motto of the Monster drink is "Release the Beast." Well, you have three or claw marks, and it looks like an M because of the positioning of the valve and or the nail that connects or the hook. There's three of them, but it's 666. And the motto, release the beast. Yeah. So, I stay away from those anyway. And I saw those things do to your body. That, I mean, somebody, they was doing an experiment, went into this junkyard or you pull it or whatever. And they poured the Red Bull and the Monster on this windshield, and it shattered it. They had maybe a gallon of that stuff, and and put a hammer in it, and it made the hammer pliable. It was able to you're able to bend the and we're putting that stuff in our bodies. With the alcohol in the military and basic training, we would strip the floors with alcohol, take the wax right off the floors. There's stuff. I mean, even with a Coca-Cola, you put a rusty nail in a Coca-Cola, and it's going to eat the rust right off. We would take mildew off of the walls in the shower because there was things that we couldn't have. But you get a soda, shake it up, and spray the walls, and it would clean them up. But we're putting this stuff in our bodies. That's my point. Stop. Be intentional. We've been fasting strategically, not just for spiritual focus, but for bodily reset. So for physical reset, We're benefiting from this. And here's the final thing, and I'm going to be finished. We got to speak life over our bodies. We got to speak that I'm whole, that I walk in divine health all the days of my life, that my body is aligned with heaven's design. I am the way I was created to be. And this is my desire. This is my design. And this is my time. We're going to be back on Monday morning, 6 a.m. We're going to have all these bugs worked out. I'm going to keep trying to get over there to Clubhouse, see what's going on. Maybe, just maybe, if I turn my phone off and back on, it will reset. But I speak blessings over you. You eat responsibly today. Don't go stuff yourself because it's a holiday for the United States. Independence Day. We can talk about that another time. What it really means to people of color, to African Americans, the displaced Africans, Black folks. What does it really mean? Our independence comes when we got born again. And as a people, officially, it wasn't just September of 1865 or 1863, or June 19th of the following year, but it's or the same year, but it's more than that. We're gaining our independence through knowledge. I'm going to leave you by going just restating these 5 keys, but we've covered 3 now to ensure growth. This is intentional growth. 3 John 2. Number 1, commit to soul work. Number 2, develop healthy stewardship habits over our resources. And number 3, honor your temple through consistent wellness. That's my time. Blessings to you all. Remember to like and to share, and subscribe and follow. I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. And I look forward to seeing you on Monday here. If you're in Sacramento, if you can be in Sacramento, if you can get to Sacramento, come to 7000 Franklin Boulevard, 7000 Franklin Boulevard, Suite 560, Sunday morning. Yeah, we're working on our internet. I'm believing that we're going to have something in place so you can join us. All right. Blessings and peace. Okay. It looks like it didn't go anywhere. Okay, I'm going to say again, I'll say it this way. Maybe it'll work this time. Remember that you've been empowered to prosper because you applied the word. Now, greet somebody. We'll try it again. Be safe.